Hey everybody, it's me, Jose Segura, SMEEA President. Welcome to another episode of Fireside Chat with the President. So let's get started. We got a lot to cover today. Okay, a couple of quick things. SMEEA Scholarships. On Tuesday of this week, you got an email about SMEEA Scholarships. If you're interested in a scholarship for yourself, or you have a graduating senior, high school senior, and you're interested in a scholarship for them, go back to Tuesday's email, click on the link, and fill out the online application. That's all you got to do. The other thing is the SMEEA store. You got an email this past Monday. It tells you that SMEEA store is open. It's going to be open until Monday, February 14th. So you have a few more days to score yourself some sweet SMEEA gear. So go back to Monday's email, click on that link, and get yourself hooked up with SMEEA gear. Awesome. Third thing here is next weekend, we have a 4-day weekend. That's right, a 4-day weekend. So February 18, 19, 20, and 21, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's a 4-day weekend next week. So I just want to make sure everybody's aware that that's coming up. If you haven't made any plans, go ahead. If your plan is just to sit still for 4 days and just rest your eyes, that's awesome too. It's up to you. But next weekend is a 4-day weekend. PD4ME next week. Here's what we got for you. The movie club is going to meet on Tuesday, February the 15th. They're going to be viewing or screening the film Marry Me, starring Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson at 3:50 at the Edwards Regal Cinema in the Santa Maria Town Center Mall. All right, so if you're interested in Movie Club, go back to the email this video was attached to and get yourself signed up. Remember, Movie Club is free for all SMEEA members, so hopefully we'll see you there. It should be fun. State supplemental COVID sick leave is back. We talked a little bit about this in the last Fireside Chat, and we have an update for you. The legislators have done their part. They've passed the legislation. That was on Monday. Just yesterday, February the 9th, the governor signed the legislation, so now it is in effect immediately. But employers have 10 days to implement. So do me a favor. If you had used if you had been out using your own sick time for something COVID related between January 1st and now, give our employer until the 19th before you start calling up and asking about paid sick leave to reimburse you for your lost time. Moving forward, if you're out for something COVID related, whether you're a close contact, you test positive, you have to care for a child, and on, this is going to be for you. Remember, it's 40 hours up to 80 hours of paid COVID sick leave. Go back to the email this video was attached to. Click on the link in that section for the paid COVID sick leave. There's a link to the CTA FAQs. There's a lot of great information in there about what is covered, what is not, and how the program works. Again, give the district until the 19th of February to get their ducks in a row before starting to request reimbursement for any sick leave COVID related you've used between January 1st and now. Union dues. It's that time of the year. Getting questions about what were our union dues for last year for 2021, so that we can use that as a deduction on our taxes. Now, keep in mind, it's only a deduction for your state taxes. It's no longer a federal deduction. But go back to the email this video was attached to, the section for the dues for 2021. You'll see a description of how you can determine what your dues were for the last calendar year, not the last school year, but the last calendar year. Go back to your December pay stub, and there's a quadrant there that has information listed. Again, go back to the email this video is attached to it. You can find out how you can determine your specific dues. Discretionary days has been a hot topic. We actually got together with the district through LMC. We had a conversation with them about members being denied access to discretionary days. What was happening was folks were being denied access to a discretionary day months in advance. The reason the district was giving was that they were projecting a high volume of sub needs on those days, and so they were denying folks the discretionary day. Well, the contract doesn't allow for denial of discretionary day based on projected need. The contract does say that the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources can deny someone access to a discretionary day if, in their opinion, too many folks have asked for discretionary day on the same date. Now, too many folks asking for the same day is different from the district projecting an overall demand for subs on a particular day. And so we went to the drawing board with the district on this one. We came up with what we consider to be an agreement that we both are entered into it. All the specifics of the agreement are in the email that this video was attached to. There's some bullet points, and there's also a link to the full document. But some of the highlights of that include that we're going to temporarily put a hold on the use of discretionary days for the first and the last day of any given week, that the number of discretionary days that will be allowed for any other day will be a maximum of 7. The district can go higher than that if they want, but I'm sorry, a minimum of 7, not a maximum of 7. And that's actually a number that we've been working with for quite a few years, that if more than 7 folks requested the same date, then that's when the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources could deny a particular day. And so we're going to continue with that number on all the other days of the week. Now, remember, you still have full access to your personal necessity. And for the most part, any discretionary day request can probably also be covered by a personal necessity request. Personal necessity request days cannot be denied. So if you have questions about usage, give me a call one of your other executive board members here in SMEEA, and we can help you kind of determine what might be a better way for you to request the time off that you need. And I have folks who request discretionary days, and they call me and they say, Jose, my discretionary day was denied. And if I ask them, would you mind telling me basically what it is you requested, why you requested the day? And it turns out that it's something that's completely a medical thing. It can be completely covered under sick days. And so it was, the discretionary day was not the right category for that request. And so give us a call. We'll help you through it. There's a couple other provisions there. Please take a look. Another one that I do want to highlight, though, is that in an attempt to increase the number of folks at the junior highs who might step up and put themselves on the site sublist, we are increasing the rate for the hourly rate for those folks to step up and sub. This has been something that we've had an agreement for quite a while. Folks at the junior high can sell back their prep period and then do their prep at some other time on their own time outside of the workday. That plan will continue to move forward, but we're going to increase the rate in hopes that we can encourage more folks to step up and sub at the junior highs. And so that is where we are with discretionary days. Well, that rolls us right into junior high sublist. And I'm bringing this up because I really want to encourage our junior high teachers, if you can, if it works for you, if it's something that you have the time to do, to please consider putting your name on the list for your site sublist, and so that you can sell your prep period to the district and sub for one of your coworkers during that prep time. Again, we've increased the rate to that, so hopefully that'll make it more attractive for some folks to step up and sub during their prep period. We know it's not everybody's favorite thing to do, and there's a lot of you out there who it just doesn't work for you, and I totally get that. But if it's possible, if it works for you, even if it's from time to time, it doesn't have to be every day, every prep, but anything that you can contribute to that pool of available prep time subs would be greatly appreciated at all of our junior highs. Thank you. Quick update on 2 active grievances. The first one is the 2 staff meetings a week. We are now moving on to step 6 of the grievance process. We went through step 4, which was the mediated grievance. We had a state mediator who did a great job. They just couldn't bring us all to an agreement at the end of that session. We moved on to step 5, which is we appealed the whole thing to the superintendent. And in this case, it's our interim superintendent. The response back from the interim superintendent is basically the same as we've been getting this whole time, that the district believes they have the managerial right to schedule as many staff meetings as they want. We don't believe that's accurate. We believe we have not only contract language, but we have a very well established long-term district-wide past practice of a single staff meeting a week, and the district doesn't want to seem to acknowledge that exists. So we're moving on to step 6. Step 6 is an appeal to the school board. Appeal to the school board may include some type of a hearing, so we have to let the school board decide how they want to handle the appeal. That is within their discretion. That's written out in our contract. So as soon as we know more about what that's going to look like, we will definitely report out to you all. The other active grievance we have is for elementary night conference or elementary evening conferences. And we all know that evening conferences, that it's required now in the elementary world for an evening conference to be designated for both the spring and the fall. We just don't believe that it's required that folks participate in evening conferences. The district thinks otherwise. And so we went through the mediation process, step 4. Our mediator did a really great job working really hard with us, but in the end, we just could not come to a settlement or an agreement on this. And so we are going to move on to step 5, which is an appeal to the superintendent, again, the interim superintendent that we currently have. And so that's where we are on that. We don't want to give that one up. We know that it's important for folks, and we want to make sure that we go through every step possible to try and remediate this and get back to what we believe the contract actually says. We updated you all about the January 24th negotiations regarding subbing at the sites. This is based off of that list that Bijou Beltran put out, listing all the folks who would be made eligible to sub at their sites. We met again on the 4th of February. Now, the 24th was not productive at all, as far as I'm concerned, but the February 4th seemed to be quite a bit more productive. Our facilitator did a good job of working both sides, trying to bring us closer and closer to an agreement. Now, we are moving much, much closer to an agreement. We don't have an agreement yet, so I don't have anything to report out to you. We're hoping that next week we can meet with the facilitator as well as the district and bang out the last remaining components of any type of agreement. And as soon as we have that, we will report out to all of you. I just want you to know, just being as upfront and transparent as I can, that we're not going to get away from this idea that some of us are going to be pulled to sub. And I know that's important for a lot of folks, being pulled away from their primary responsibilities in order to be a sub. And a lot of you are still being required to adhere to your primary responsibilities, whether it's reports or whatever it happens to be. And so we are working through all of that as well. But again, as soon as we have an update, we will get it out to you all. All right, folks, that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate you listening and taking some time, going back to the email this video is attached to, reading through any of the sections that are important to you, following the links. It's all in there. So please take some time with that email. Have a great, great, great weekend. It should be nice. It's been nice all this week. So we're hoping the weekend will be just as beautiful so that you can get out and enjoy the beautiful Central Coast weather. Do something that brings you joy, do something that brings you peace, something that you just love. Spend some time doing that so that you can recenter yourself and be at full capacity when we hit the ground running on Monday. Now, remember, next Monday is going to be a 4-day week because you have that 4-day weekend starting next Friday, which means the following week is also going to be a 4-day week because that week's going to start on Tuesday. All right? Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.